everyone, so today I'm going to be filming a video on my catfish story because my stalker story was quite popular. It's like the second most viewed popular video on my channel now, so I thought that you guys obviously love hearing the fails of my relationships, so I thought what better video to do than my catfish story. I mentioned in my 50 facts about me tag that I have been catfished before, and I was like, I should share my experience with you guys. So I used to be on a dating site. Yes, I was one of those girls. I'm not on it anymore, so don't even think about going and trying to find me. I used to be on a dating site. I was just kind of on there, you know, for like the sake of being on a dating site and just kind of seeing what was out there because I don't know, I just wasn't really meeting anybody in the real world very easily, so I just thought, why not just go on it, give it a go, whatever. So I went on there. I've been on there for quite some time, and then all of a sudden I seen this person. Now, this dating site that I was on was one of those ones that you have to pay to talk to people. Like, you can send them kind of little computerized sayings or whatever, but if you actually want to physically talk to them like over email, then you have to pay. So anyways, I didn't really ever pay to talk to anybody just because I'm kind of traditional, and I was like, well, if I'm not paying for a date, then I'm not paying for an email. So basically I seen this guy on the website that I was on, and he was one of the new members, and he was really attractive. A little bit too attractive to be on a dating site, which first little red flag. It's kind of like going on and seeing Ryan Gosling on a dating site. You're just like, what's the go there? So basically he was so attractive, really good looking, and all of his photos were like model shots. Like, they were all professional model photography, and I kind of didn't really even think that was a bit weird. Hashtag dark. And then I sent him one of the little like computerized sayings saying like, I'd love for you to send me an email, I'd love to talk to you. He basically was kind of against it. Like, he was like, I want to talk to you, but I don't want to send you an email. So I thought, okay, maybe he's just one of those guys that are like, look, if you reach out to me, then you send me an email. If I reach out to you, I'll send you an email. Didn't think anything weird of it, idiot. Anyways, I ended up emailing him, so I ended up paying to talk to this guy. We talked for about a week, and he seemed really nice. He was living in like Western Australia, apparently, working in the mines or doing something like that, but he was from the Central Coast. And so anyways, we kept talking for a week. It was kind of a week. It wasn't like full on talking every single day, but you know, whatever. And as I said, all of his photos were like professional photos, and he said that he'd done it for like a friend at uni, a project of hers, like a photography project. She'd taken photos of him for her project, and you know, me being blinded by love was like, oh, that's so nice of you. Anyways, yeah, so he had like pictures of him emerging out of a pool and like black and white photos and completely model shots. So I ended up asking him if he wanted to exchange numbers because I was like, I'm kind of sick of talking over email, I'd rather just text. And he was kind of like making all of these excuses as to why he couldn't give me his number. He was like, I don't get any reception here, like as soon as I get back to the Central Coast, like we can exchange numbers, but there's no point in giving you my phone number. And I was like, oh, that's no worries, like you're so hot, like we'll just talk over email, that's probably more lovey anyway. So we actually kind of arranged not to meet up, but he said that when he got back to the Central Coast, he would like take me out to dinner, and I was like, oh, that's great, you know, like terrific. So anyways, one day I went on to the dating website and we'd exchanged emails. We hadn't exchanged numbers, but he'd given me his email and said, you know, if you want to talk over there, or if you want me to send you some more pictures of myself, I can. Once again, all model photos. So one day I went on there and I noticed that he was no longer on the dating website and he was basically inactive, and I thought, oh, that's really weird. First thing came to mind was that he had a girlfriend and she'd found out that he was on a dating website, so he had to go off it, or he'd met somebody or something like that and just decided, you know, I don't want to be on here anymore. So I was like, oh, that's kind of weird. So I ended up emailing him on the email that he gave me saying, you know, oh, did you just go off, you know, were you kind of sick of it? What was the don't go? You know, because it was kind of like we were in the middle of a conversation here, like, you know, we're all going to get married. And basically he never emailed me back, and then about a month later I got an email from the dating website telling me that he had been taken off the website because he wasn't who he said that he was, and all of his information didn't add up. Whatever that means, I don't know. They refunded me the money that I'd paid to talk to him. It was not like money I paid to talk to him, but it was kind of like a sign-up fee that you had to do when you like went onto the site anyway, and then you could use it to talk to people. So they refunded refunded me that and said, you know, this guy isn't on there anymore. And I was like, oh, that's awkward. That was the first Catfish story, which would have been fine and kind of like fool on me, apart from the fact that it happened again. So I don't even know how long after, probably only less than a few months, once again was on there just having a look around and seeing this really, really attractive guy. Now this guy lived about 2 hours from me, so he lived closer than this other guy. Once again, he had, the majority of the photos looked like they had been professionally taken. Like, come on Jess, how much of an idiot can you be? Why would you go on a dating site and have all professional photos? You probably wouldn't. He didn't have any photos of him with his friends, same as this other guy. He did have a photo of his motorbike, which I was like, oh, that's kind of personalised, so I kind of thought that it was completely fine. So once again, asked him, did he want to talk? He said, yep, I'd love to hear from you. I was like, okay, you're really hot, probably going to be my future husband, so hand over my credit card. We started talking once again, seemed pretty much the exact same as this other guy, really, really attractive, not really sure why he was on a dating site. And then basically I kept talking to him. Once again, got to a point where I was like, do you want to exchange numbers? He just basically said, I'd rather not at this point of time, which, to be honest with you, for any of you guys, if you're on a dating site, like if you ask someone for their number and they say that they don't want to text, you know, and they are a guy, the chances are they're either gay or they're probably fake, because most guys are thirsty and would be like, yeah, let's exchange numbers. They wouldn't be like, oh no, I don't think we should do that. So he didn't want to exchange numbers. I was like, that's fine. We actually arranged to meet up. He was going to drive down like on his motorbike to where I lived, and then we were going to go catch up. We didn't arrange a time. He was just like, oh, if I happen to, I'll let you know. I'll send you an email over the dating site. So anyways, we were talking for a while. Once again, he was pretty much just a really nice person, talking to me, having like good conversations, had like a huge profile written about him. And then the day that we were possibly meeting up, once again went on to ask him if he was still coming down, and he wasn't on the site anymore. And I was like, what the hell? So I messaged him on the site saying like, where have you gone? Like, where do you think he's gone, Jess? He's probably gone to jail. Him saying, where have you gone? You know, like, did you just go off for whatever reason? I didn't even really think about the last guy. I was just like, Jesus Christ, like, I have the worst luck with guys. This is the second time now, like, not even really thinking about it. And then he came back on again and messaged me and said, I'm so sorry, I accidentally deleted my profile, which is complete and utter bullshit, because on this particular dating site, to delete your profile, you have to physically go in and manually do it. It's not something where you accidentally just click a button. But I was like, oh, that's fine, don't worry. Like, talk about just being completely blinded by someone's physical appearance. Like, if there's anyone who is so vain, it is me. He basically said that, and then I was like, oh, that's fine, and then sent him another email, went back on, and he was completely gone again and completely taken off the site. Once again, got another message from the dating site about a month later to say he'd been taken off. Here's your money. I was like, okay, that is it. I'm never ever like doing that with someone again and talking to them and like putting effort in like that, just in case it happens again. That basically happened. And then literally like a few months later, or like actually the next year, I was watching an episode on Dr. Phil, Guilty Pleasure, and they were talking about people who catfish and people who scam, and apparently a lot of them are from like Uganda or Nigeria. I don't even know if they're even close to each other, but apparently they like sit in actual centres and like type to people trying to get money. And none of these guys asked me for money, but I was like, have I been talking to a 10-year-old Nigerian boy all this time? Oh shit. Not to say that I didn't have a good conversation with a 10-year-old Nigerian boy. I mean, he was quite lovely, but I'm just not into 10-year-old Nigerian boys. I should have known just looking at the professional photos and the whole like not wanting to give out any personal information. I didn't give out any personal information to them, thank God. But yeah, if it had have gone on any longer, they probably would have asked me for money. I certainly wouldn't have given them any, but it was just cray, and I was like, holy crap, like I didn't even think that kind of thing could have even happened on like a legitimate dating site. But it did. I mean, it wasn't like a story where I actually met up with someone who I thought was like a 25-year-old personal trainer and it turned out to be a 55-year-old fat woman, but still, yeah, that's my dating life for you. It definitely didn't turn me off guys completely, but it definitely made me rethink my dating site options. So that's basically it for this video. I hope that you guys enjoyed it. You guys seem to like this kind of story type video, so I thought that I would share it with you. And yeah, let me know if you've ever had like a situation. I kind of think it was weird that the dating site only happened to tell me like a month later that it wasn't who it said there was. I mean, I could have met up with this person and could have been like murdered, and they just would like message me like a month, oh, by the way, that guy you were talking to, yeah, don't know who he is. But thanks, dating site, you're great. Let me know in the comments if you have any other videos that you'd like me to do based upon story kind of things, and any video recommendations. And also I want to do another questions and answers. I did an Instagram questions and answers a while ago where I just asked questions on Instagram, but considering the fact that the majority of my following is on here, if you have any questions you'd like me to include in the video, leave them in the comments on this video below, and I will include them in my next Q&A, and then also I'll post something on Instagram for it. So that's it for this video. Hope that you guys enjoyed it. Hope you guys have a better love life than I do. Hashtag single forever, or I'm gonna marry a Nigerian boy. Either one. Bye guys.